All praise to the Creator, nobody else. And I mean our Creator. Peace and love to everyone. And this video is about the pineal gland. So without further ado, let's get this going.
Highest source of ethereal energy available to humans, the pineal gland has always been important in initiating supernatural powers. Development of psychic talents have been closely associated with this organ of higher vision. And with that being said, hello wherever you are in any part of the world. Hello from my heart to yours. We're going to look a little bit deeper in here. It's not going to be a long video at all. Stay tuned. I found something very interesting when I started researching this pineal gland. This is what got me. This gland is activated by light. The word light. I thought, you've got to be kidding. Okay, so we're going to read the rest. And it controls the various biorhythms of the body. It works in harmony with the hypothalamus gland, which directs the body's thirst, hunger, sexual desires, and the biological clock that determines our aging process. So this pineal gland, it is a very, very important gland in our bodies. And you know, look at that. It's activated by the light. I did not know that. We're going to read a little bit more into that, just briefly. It was philosopher Rene Descartes who first laid claim to the idea that the pineal gland is the seat of the soul, a unique meeting point between the body and soul. Did you know that?
So the pineal gland is the seat of the spirit, but you are the Holy Spirit. And you sit inside the pineal gland, and this is why you know what they want you to do. You know, they like to do these so-called tests. You know what I'm talking about, because it goes up to your pineal gland where you sit. They kill you by putting, you know what, and I ain't got to say no more, nothing else than that. You know, we got all these
it's the spiritual
computers
area
running around
where your body and your soul meet.
And different things.
But this is what gets me, and I don't think it's very nice. In modern times, the gland has been consigned to the neurological dustbin, regarded by the scientific community as an evolutionary leftover, the appendix of the brain. See, that's not nice. I don't like you telling me that my pineal gland is a dustbin, okay? I don't like it. And I don't like you just calling it a leftover, okay? That connects my body and soul, okay? That's that spiritual aspect of me. And the scientific community is telling me that it belongs in the dustbin? No, I don't accept that, and I don't have to accept that. I don't have to accept their explanation of my pineal gland. I don't. Okay, so in all higher vertebrates, including humans, the pineal gland secretes melatonin. Production of this hormone is stimulated by the darkness and inhibited by the light. Inhibited means it prohibits it. Okay, it doesn't allow it. Perhaps it doesn't allow it to get out of control or something like that. Perhaps this is like the veil that is spoken of, that we can't see. All right, perhaps, but it's this melatonin that literally gets stimulated. The pineal gland has been called a photoneuroendocrine transducer, through which a neural signal with the environment information converted into a chemical message. In this case, it switches on or off the production of melatonin. Look at that, like a clock. You switch you on and switch you off. The master clock. Melatonin acts as a kind of a master clock, regulating our sleep-wake cycle and retarding the aging process, regulating growth, and even maintaining mental stability. So this really, it's a control center. This is what it sounds like, the pineal gland, because of this melatonin. Okay, everything is like perfectly designed, okay, like a master clock. Okay, and this master clock just so happens to be referred to as the seat of the soul, which is the unique meeting point between the body and soul. This is the spiritual part of us, you all. This is the spiritual part of us. And they call it, the scientific community has referred to it as a neurological dustbin. And I don't think it's very nice. I'm just saying it's not nice. This is where it gets interesting, right here. Tuning in and turning on. When the pineal gland is stimulated geomagnetically, it produces chemicals that are similar to these plant hallucinogens, which help to alter the consciousness. Other studies show that the psychedelic drugs alter the levels of melatonin and serotonin, resulting in some cases in psychosis. So check this out. So how could the Earth's geomagnetic fluctuations affect these brain chemicals? Researchers have found that the electromagnetic and geomagnetic fields strongly affect the production and the activity of the enzyme hydroxydol or methyltransferase. It is this enzyme that is centrally involved in the production of melatonin and possibly the 5-MT. Any changes, get this you all, I want you to listen really close because this is like, we got to do some ground breaking work right here. It says, this is really interesting. Any changes in the magnetic field can produce changes in this enzyme's activity. Studies in animals have also shown that any strong change in the ambient magnetic field, okay, you getting that? Any changes in the ambient magnetic field, whether increased or decreased, will inhibit production of HIOMT. It will stop it. It won't be able to produce it. That way you won't be able to see anything. You won't have that connection. Okay? Listen. Other research shows that the serotonin in acetyltransferase, I can't say it, the enzyme involved in the production of melatonin is strongly affected by electromagnetic fields. You all, there's something to it. You may say, Gina, what does this mean? This is what it means. Researcher Serena Rodney Dougal has gathered together some of the most compelling research into the biological means by which the geomagnetic flux of the Earth might cause the pineal gland to allow us to psychically tune in like a psychedelic gland. That's fine and dandy, but look who's coming into play. We got the Schumann resonance. Watch this. Yet we find ourselves reading this. If this is the case, says Rodney Dougal, any strong change in the Earth's ambient magnetic field would produce a rush of natural hallucinogens in our bodies, enabling us to be more physically receptive. Okay, that's the study. Let's look at that. So we got the Earth's magnetic field, we got the Schumann resonance, we got the pineal gland, which is, yes, that's what I'm talking about. If we listen closely to what this study was about, and we're going to read this right now, we're going to hear something that literally seals it for me. It seals it for me concerning the Schumann resonance and the spike in the energy. Okay, psychic activity. A number of fascinating studies show some sort of correlation between the geomagnetic activity and an increase in dreams or psychic ability activity. In one such study, the famous parapsychologist Stanley Krippner set up a dream laboratory where some participants slept in a room while other participants attempted to send them certain images in hope that these images would become incorporated into the sleeping participants' dreams. Upon waking, the sleepers had to describe their dreams in great detail to determine if there were any correlations with the target pictures that they'd been sent during their slumbers. Global geomagnetic activity was tracked for 20 of the nights that one study participant was the dreaming recipient. Okay? And in this case, it was found that on nights of less geomagnetic activity, the dreamer had significantly greater accuracy in picking up the target pictures. Okay, did you catch that? When there was less geomagnetic activity, the dreamer could literally have greater accuracy in picking up the target pictures. When there is increased geomagnetic activity, it interferes with the pineal gland, you all. That's what's happening. And the Schumann resonance is off the charts. I believe that this is probably targeted toward the pineal gland, not to mention a lot of other things, because as the study says, the pineal gland, more or less, when there was less geomagnetic activity occurring, there's more accuracy in picking up the target pictures because your gland is able to activate and work the way it should. Now let's read the rest. It may be that our human potential is at its greatest when we are in harmony with the earth and the sun. Yes, the sun has geomagnetic fields, it has magnetic fields. Traditional cultures had some greater understanding of this energetic harmony that we do well to learn from. So can you believe that? This Schumann resonance, this spiking and stuff, it's interfering with our soul and our body, you all, with this pineal gland. That's our spiritual part of us, you all. It's interfering with it. It's blocking our connection to the spiritual realm. And I don't think it's very nice. They called it the dustbin. Okay, a neurological dustbin. Why do you want to say that about that spiritual part of us? And why do you want to spike up those energies to where we can't connect? That's not very nice, but I am sorry, you all. I'm going to end this video. Please give this video a thumbs up. I know it's long. People may not be interested, but it's very interesting. That's the direct correlation. The Schumann resonance is off the charts. And when there's, according to the study, when there's less geomagnetic activity, okay, this dreamer had significantly greater accuracy in picking up the target pictures because it was done concerning the pineal gland. With that being said, thank you so much, and please give this video a thumbs up. Someone shared this on the Telegram. NATO now has operational headquarters on American soil. So I did some research as to when NATO was first established at the place that they're speaking about. I wanted to find out when NATO actually was headquartered at Norfolk, Virginia. And you can see that it was June the 19th of 2003 is when the headquarters for NATO was established during a reorganization, a restructuring that took place in Norfolk, Virginia. I also saw this letter that was given saying that the donation for 3 signs for our NATO headquarters. On military bases, sometimes buildings do not have the name of the squadron or anything like that, and that's very common, it really is. So perhaps maybe they didn't think of having that on there, and they got a plaque now for their building, their headquarters there at Norfolk. And you can see some of the other commands that are located at Norfolk, Virginia. The Tenant Shore Commands. It's where our United States Navy has the bulk of its ships. So June the 19th of 2003 marks the official founding of the headquarters of NATO at Naval Support Activity, Hampton Roads, Norfolk, Virginia. And with that being said, hello wherever you are in any part of the world. Hello from my heart to yours. Love you. And please give this video a thumbs up. Thank you.